But the handle was pretty good yesterday. Some nice racing. Christian Geraldo and J.D. Acosta, two jockeys, had 2 win days. They're the leading riders after day one. The Cal Lynch barn, they had a big day. They had a 2 win day. And you had a couple nice picks. You had the Michael Gorham $14 horse on top, John's Promise.
Yeah, that debut runner was kind of the savior of the day for me. Another winner as well in the feature. Didn't do so well with a late pick 5. We'll try to do better today with, I think, a smaller ticket. Going to take all my chances in the last race with a single on that pick 5 we'll get to in a moment here at College Day at the races, where we also honor the late track announcer here and in Maryland and the region, Dick Woolley, today.
Yeah, he also had a radio show, Showcase of Racing. It won an Eclipse Award. I remember one of his big interviews was Bud Delp during the Spectacular Bid years, and the interview was going so well. The producer, I think this was when his radio show was on WBAL, the producer said, go another hour. So yeah, it was like a 2-hour interview with Bud Delp. Can you imagine? I think that might have been the show that won him the Eclipse Award. So yeah, he was the announcer here at the Big T, and before you took over for him.
And Pimlico, of course, affirmed Ali Dar. You know, he's got to see many classics and some of the greats of all time. Today's race is dedicated to Dick Woolley, who passed away this year.
All right, so we'll remember him. Some good memories indeed. So the college kids will be out. Big college day today. We're giving away college scholarships to all the college kids. I think around 100 college kids are signed up to have a chance to win those scholarships today.
We're at the Grandstand Grill. I believe it's right over there. So you can register and find out more. The second floor as you come up into the grandstand toward the fair side there. College Day at the races. A lot of money given away today thanks to our sponsors we'll mention a little later on through the course of the afternoon.
All right, we're right up here outside the restaurant, right next to the Wasabi Ventures stable. They're setting up here. They're having setting up for a big weekend this weekend here at the Big T. All right, let's get right to some handicapping. We have 2 pick 5s, early and late pick 5, industry low, 12% takeout on both pick 5s. The early pick 5s, a mandatory payout. Let's check out my ticket. Let's see how I played it for the early pick 5, a $32 ticket. I go 4 deep in race 1 with the 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just a 2, 5 in race 2, the 1, 2 in race 3. It's a nice maiden special weight for filly and mares. Then the 5, 7 in race 4, and then just the 3-7 in the 5th race. So a $32 ticket, mandatory payout on this early pick 5, industry low, 12% takeout. Let's take a look at race 1. We're going 6.5 furlongs, claiming 4,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, and I go with the 3 on top here. Money Meister, a 5-year-old son of Bodie Meister for trainer Wayne Potts. He's won 2 in a row with jockey Jen Miller aboard. So Money Meister looking for 3 in a row. Jen Miller back aboard. So I'm looking for Miller time here in the opener, and so are you, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, this horse is super sharp right now. They're not raising him up and putting him in above his head, keeping him at a level at which he can win. It was $5,000 claim, a second and a couple of wins. Even if it does get claimed today, they've still made a bit of money with him. I think Money Meister, if he retains this form, especially of his last race, which is a very, very easy win, kind of fools you with a nice 73 buyer figure there on the 4th of July. So he's had a little bit of time to rest since then. I picked him on top. You also like the 4, just my second pick 2, Papa Cho, comes out of that high roller race. That's a horse that came back to win his next start after that victory there on July 18th at Delaware.
All right, so we both have a cold 3-4-2 trifecta on top there. Race 1, let's turn the page here. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We had a big long shot winner in the second race yesterday, the Christian Geraldo Frank Light horse. So let's take a look here at the second race. We're going a flat mile, track rated fast today, claiming 5,003 and up. Haven't won a race this year or haven't won 5 is the condition. We both have the 5 on top. Frida Trump, 4-year-old son of Freedom Child for Claudio Gonzalez. Kevin Gomez had a winner yesterday. He went to the front. This horse went to the front last out, going a mile at Laurel in a good second. He'll be forwardly placed today. He likes his distance. He's 5 for 7 in the money going a mile.
Yeah, looking for some forwardly placed tactics once again today. And Katie Davis on the Claudio Gonzalez trained 4-year-old son of Freedom Child. Beaten last time out 3 lengths, all making the pace in that race. But the winner of that race is Greek God, a 12-1 shot. But a Laurel loving horse, a horse who likes Laurel over there. So he's beaten by a horse who's had a little bit of back class and success at Laurel, and at one time I had run by your speed figures up in the mid-70s. So a legitimate second there was Free to Trump, and you're looking for that horse to make your pick 5 great again.
All right, we both like the 7A True Gentleman in the exacta. Ashley Castrenze rides for Dorothy Wharton, a sharp win late June at Laurel going long. Then they tried to turf and ran okay last out. That's a good spot today for the 7. We both have in the mix.
Yeah, he had a great trip there, June 23rd, up the rail when beating Port Louis and the aforementioned Greek God, the horse we mentioned before, at 15-1 up the rail. Will he get the same kind of ground-saving trip today? Last out, he was a little wide and beaten only a length or so, or a couple of lengths by Arrivederci, one of his rivals today, who breaks from post number 2.
Yeah, so the 5 Free to Trumps, your 8-5 morning line favorite in this race. The 2 Arrivederci, your 9-5 second choice, just got beat against Beaten Nickel going a mile at Laurel late July. Katie Davis back aboard for Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, a true gentleman in that win when he got up the rail. Had a little trouble there, stumbled at the start. He regrouped, had a great trip up the rail that day. That's a Wasabi horse, so they're sitting right beside us today, and you know they'll have a big crowd in the winner's circle.
Yep, big crowd indeed here. They have a big day today, and TK saying they're having an even bigger day tomorrow, so good to hear. All right, we like the same 4 horses there in race 2. Let's turn the page. Race 3, one of our features of the day. Nice maiden special weight for filly mares 3 and up, going 6.5 furlongs to 2. Jump for Sally, your even money morning line favored in this race. A 3-year-old daughter of Jumpstart for Tim Keefe. She just missed last out against Maiden 25, going 7/8 at Laurel Park. She was a beaten favorite that day in a small 6-horse field. She gets another small field today, steps back up to the Maiden special weight. She got a big number, 57 last out in that Maiden 25, so that looks pretty good against this field today.
I'm looking to beat her with a filly that doesn't have as high a buyer figure, a 46 in her last. Live Aid getting the blinkers on today. Stan, I think it's blinkers on, and she's gone today. At opening quarter, 23 seconds flat. Quarter was quicker than a starter optional claiming race, the race before at Laurel on August 3rd. The half 46 4/5, only a fifth slower, a half fraction of that same race. So she's got some speed. Focus today, maybe with blinkers on, I think is going to do the trick. There's your man, Julio Correa, who won the opening day feature. Welcome back to the Big T race for trainer Hammy Smith.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something if a bug rider is the leading rider here in Maryland for 2 consecutive meets?
Yeah.
That'd be some big
Certainly
news.
Possible.
All right, so 1-2, 2-1, the exacta we have here in race 3. The 3
Got a flat, have her.
There you go. Got a flat have her for Jerry O'Dwyer, 3-year-old filly by Flat Out. Ashley Castrenze rides. Just been running okay against Maiden special weight and doesn't find the easiest spot today, but should get a piece of it.
Well, didn't find the easiest spot last out. If they knew Arifano was in the race, remember that was a Kelly Rubley horse who circled the field wide, looks like a stakes winner just after that one race. So that was a much tougher race than group as she's facing today. Arifano looks like she's going to make some headlines in the future. Only the 3rd start in the cycle here for trainer Jeremiah O'Dwyer. So I'm looking for a bit of an improvement, perhaps a little bit of an off-the-pace run perhaps today.
All right, we both used the 5 Rona to round out our picks there. Let's turn the page here. Race 4 kicks off the middle pick 4, also kicks off the 20-cent Rainbow pick 6. Little carryover, a little over $131 in the pick 6 carryover. Race 4, we're going a half-mile maiden claiming 16,000. 2-year-old fillies, and we both had the 7 on top. Always Talking, your 9-5 favorite in this race. 2-year-old filly by Despite the Odds for Jerry Robb. The beaten favorite last out at this level at Laurel finds an easier spot today. You're going to show speed and should get a perfect trip on the outside today with the X-Man.
Yeah, this race should be won or lost at the start, assuming Always Talking breaks sharp. She's going to be tough. She didn't do that the last time out. Kind of bore in at the start, then was shuffled back, had no time to recover. Beaten double digits as the favorite, but that race 2 back from Maiden 25. Not 1, not 2, but 3 winners out of there. Naughty Thoughts, Ankle Monitor, Determined Love. 3 winners from the race July 6. Unless one of the first-time starters in here can run, and one of them you got in the mix. I got second too. Baliluna from the Cal Lynch barn.
Yeah, Cal Lynch and owner breeder Hope Jones, they teamed up for a win yesterday. The Lynch barn, 26% in a positive ROI recently from a good sample of horses with first-time second-time starters. The Lynch Barn is rolling here. They're the leading trainer right now after opening day. They're 28% with a positive ROI overall with 2-year-olds. So this is his game. Good to see him with a nice Maryland bred here by Seville.
The dam Moon Valley ran twice to no avail. A second dam way back was a distance horse. So maybe she wants a little distance, and she's a half-sister to a horse named Henningham. That ring a bell? She won yesterday.
Yep.
So there's a sister. Is Henningham a filly? I don't know. A sister, brother. Sister won yesterday. Kin won yesterday. Sibling won yesterday. Looking for back-to-back, all in the family there. Valle Luna.
All right, so a cold 7-5 exacta. I used a 3 after that, half in the wrapper for Steve Casey, 2-year-old filly by Great Notion, leading sire in Maryland out of a 2-punch mare. So some nice breeding here for the 3. Kymar Trotman, the bug, had a win yesterday. This filly with some okay works at Laurel Park, good enough for this level. And you have the 8 Tote Board, second-time starter from the Jason McCutcheon barn. Yeah. Jason with a nice win yesterday.
She's the mystery filly, a green run, and then was eased in that race against maiden special weight in New York breds. But the winner, My Italian Rabbi, won the Stillwater New York bred stake with a 75 buyer by a nose last time out. So she comes out of a race that's produced a restricted stakes winner. She's been working at the Webb Carroll Training Center, so hard to get a read on what she's going to do. Green in the debut run, but maybe some changes since that race. She's the unknown.
All right, so we both like the 7-5 on top there in race 4. You like the late pick 5. That starts in race 5. We're going 6.5 furlongs here in the 5th race. Industry low, 12% takeout on both the pick 5s here at the Big T. Dave, let's check out your ticket, see how you played it.
Yeah, it's a little less than yesterday's $27 ticket, putting my hopes on a single in the finale. Now, if you want to start using a couple other horses there, it's going to run up the ticket in that last race. If you're uncomfortable trying to get through if you do get through the first 4 and then having a single, I used 2, 3, 8 in the 5th, and then 5, 6 in the 6th race. A really almost single Midnight Punk I'll get to in the 6th race. The 7th race, the Spartacle is out of that race, so it kind of maybe perhaps changed the pace complexion a little bit, so I went a little deeper in there. And then the 8th race, 3 runners, and the 9th race singling above it all, 8-1 on the line.
All right, nice bold 8-1 single there in race 9. The maiden nickel 6.5. The 4 above it all for Ann Merriman. The barn was on a roll to finish off the summer meet at Laurel. So, all right, it's a nice 8-1 shot single you have there on your ticket. Let's check out race 5 to kick off this late pick 5. 6.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. We both like the 7 here. Fire Marshal first off the claim for Anthony Ferrier. Boca Chica will ride this 4-year-old son of Frisian Fire. It didn't run very well for the nickel last out, but Ferrier waits the 30 days right back in here in an easier spot today here at Timonium.
I just didn't like her last race. Maybe she'll turn around off the claim, so I went with kind of a bold, perhaps bold pace statement in here, hoping that Once More A will be hustled out of the gate for Charlie A. Frock with Al Cortez, hoping for an upset. That's the long shot play of the day. Once More A.
I don't blame you. I went for the Correa Handy Smith long shot yesterday. No
well,
good.
We got to try sometime.
I didn't even get a sniff. At least this horse likely be in front with Cortez aboard.
I'm hoping, but we'll see.
All right, so the 8's going to be a price. We both like the 2 a little bit. Quest of Glory for Jose Corrales, second off the layoff. Tylai Pustina will ride. Takes a little drop today. The 2 here, Quest of Glory.
It could be your closer to kind of pick up the pieces, so to speak. Good second, 3 back at Laurel back in March against Nickel Now. Winners at 2. Doesn't have a lot of early speed. Has been in front before, but I think Once More is a little quicker from that outside gate if she breaks sharp today and is up to her task.
All right, so Dave's going with a price on top there and a wide open Nickel 2 Life 6.5 to kick off that late pick 5. Here we go, race 6, one of our features of the day to start the late pick 4. We're going a half-mile, some speed balls in here, a $5,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Take out the 2 late caller, the 6 Phone My Posse. Again, it's going to be a popular favorite in here. Boca Chica aboard for owner Robert Cole and trainer Kevin Patterson. They gear up for this meet. They like to win at Timonium, and this horse has a lot of speed. He's won, 5 in a row at Charlestown and Mountaineer, and it's going to get a dream trip on the outside. You try to beat him with another Charlestown rider in Gerald Almodovar.
Yeah, I like Midnight Punk in this spot. I'm a little bit perplexed by that huge buyer number. July 26th at Charlestown, 85. I know he has some early speed, a lot of it, but go back and look at Midnight Punk's race at Presque Isle Downs. Gerald Brooks already a winner at the meet. The Presque Isle horses did quite well here at Timonium last meet. It was
Jerry Brooks.
Yeah, and Jerry Brooks, but Presque Isle, Penn National, some Delaware. Those are the kind of shippers you want. This horse, the rider that night, had Al-Ansar, I guess is how you say it, took a confident peek back just before the eighth pole, and that was all she rode. I mean, he's pretty fast. I mean, he was out there rolling right along on the synthetics. So I just think they've got him in a good form right now. Midnight Punk.
All right, so I used the 5. We both like the 3 here. Corporate Raider for Wayne Potts. Weston Hamilton will ride. Horse been running well at the Finger Lakes, but it's he steps up into a different air today coming from the Finger Lakes. It's a wide open nickel starter with some tough horses in here.
Well, we've seen the work Kevin Patterson can do, and if he can repeat that race at Charlestown, well, there goes. But at least I've got him as a backup on the pick 5 ticket. I believe used the 5 and the 6 in that 6th race. But I'm really leaning to playing Midnight Punk today if I can get a 5-2, 3-1 on him.
All right, be a nice price. All right, we like the same 4 horses there. Race 6. Race 7, the big feature of the day. It's the $75,000 Maryland Coalition Stakes, 3 and up. A wide open condition here. 6.5 furlongs on the main track. Scratched a 2. Spartacle. Spartacle was 3-1 morning line. That was my top pick. Also take out the 8. The 8 was a big scratch here, too. Wonderful Light, 5-2 morning line. So your 2 morning line favorites, the 2 and the 8, are scratched from the Maryland Coalition. I end up on the 1, Aaron's Tap on top. Boca Chica aboard for Jeff Runco. His 5-year-old's won 2 in a row at Charlestown. He's had the whole summer off. He's fresh. He better be ready to roll. He's 2 for 2 at this distance and might be going right to the front, breaking from the 1 hole.
Well, with the scratch of Spartacle may have helped his chances a little bit in this spot, so I've got to respect him. But I think Clubmen facing much easier today, coming from off the pace. There's still some speed in the race, enough to make it a sharp pace. No cord makers, no 10-foals, no you're to blames in this spot today. He's going to sit a great trip with Pimentel aboard. Julian Pimentel riding at the Big T.
Yep. I use Clubman now. He's running back here in 9 days. He's got to get up going 6.5. He's never tried this such 6.5 distance before, but he's run well short before. He had a nice win going 7 furlongs in the Russell Road at Charlestown back in April. Got a big 94 buyer that day. So the 6.5 should be no problem for him. I used them. So 1-7-7-1. We both like the 4 here. Sunny Inspired, the 8-year-old. 0 for 3 here at Timonium. But trainer Phil Schoenthal has this guy. Made over $600,000, and he ran big last out at Laurel Park.
Yeah, he's been known to pull some surprises before. He beat John Jones in the Fine back September last year. That was going that 1-turn mile, which Sunny Inspired will show up today. His last few races have been okay, but I'm just going to have to pick up his game here. Angel Cruz aboard for Schoenthal.
All right, so 6 talented sprinters in the $75,000 Maryland Coalition. That kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. Race 8, nice allowance races kick off the late daily double. We're going 6.5 furlongs. First level allowance for 3 and up. Optional claiming $16,000. The 2, Tricky Lion, back in the Dale Capuano barn. Dale had this horse very good last winter and then lost the horse and now has the horse back. So I think Tricky Lion going back in the right direction. You have him on top as well.
No doubt Dale Capuano knows the trick to Tricky Lion. He's only run once here at Timonium, up to no avail, but good third to Sir Orinoco. Very sharp last time out on the pace. He's been sharp. He's come from off the pace before, seen him do that. And if Dale Cap has him 80% right, had claimed him for 16 after having him claim 25,000 away from him, I'm going to go with him on top. But I don't think it's all that cut and dry. I mean, the race looks a little open to me. So Delta Outlaw, the old man, 10-year-old Gold Man, have chances to beat him in the spot.
Yeah, I didn't use the 5. You have the 5 in your exacta. Delta Outlaw, Katie Davis aboard for Hugh McMahon. Big second last out on the turf. Now back to the main track today.
A Tricky Lion beat him by 5 lengths, but that was before the claim. In a new barn, Kenny showed a little bit of sign of life there on the grass. Goes from turf to dirt here at the Big T this afternoon. He'll be close. He'll be chasing. He can prompt. He can chase. If Tricky Lion takes back, maybe he goes to the front.
Right.
I don't think it's cut and dry. The Tricky Lion's a mortalion here in the 8th.
All right, so nice allowance race to kick off the late daily double.
Yeah, I wanted to mention the 7 horse is interesting to me. I'm going like, Runaway. Where do I know this horse from? The outside. Kevin Patterson horse. He's a 4-time dirt winner coming from turf and synthetics. Going on the way back, this horse ran in California. Was actually a stakes winner. At 2, won the Best Pal Grade 2 race, prompted the face, and finished 3rd in the Grade 1 Del Mar Futurity back as a young horse behind Bolt d'Oro for previous owner Kaleem Shah. So I don't know, they privately sold him. They've gelded him since the last 2 races. He can win on the dirt, but he's got to go to his California form.
All right. So, yeah, Patterson having a big year, 44% on the year. That's it. We're out of time. One more race real quick. Yep. We'll talk about your top pick on top here. You single on the 4 above it all.
Chase the 24.48 second. Last time out, 1/4.5 at Laurel on a deep track. Same day maiden special weight, second race of the day. Horse named Super John, won by 19 maiden special. This is just maiden nickel. If he can show any kind of early foot today above it all, I think he's got a great chance in here. 8-1. I singled him in the pick 6, hoping for hope here. But if you want to spread a little deeper, maybe 5, 7, 10. You've got the 7 on top, Stan.
Yeah, 7 on top could be a big day for Boca Chica end trainer Jeff Runco. This horse gets a little class relief today, second off the layoff. So I use the 7 LL Silver on top. That's it. We're out of time. We have a special edition. The Travers. Who you like in the Travers? I like Chad Brown. Chad Brown will be 1-2 in the Travers. He'll win every Grade 1 at Saratoga today.
All right. Well, I like Brad Cox. Owendale from the Preakness ran 3rd behind War Will and Everfast. I like the fact that he came back to win the Ohio Derby with a career best number. They freshened him up. He looks great training. I saw him gallop on some video the other day. He's got a great spot. I mean, he'll sit wherever he wants and then hopefully, as trainer Brad Cox said, maybe find a seam, angle out, whatever he's got to do. I think he's going to be live today in the Travers, Owendale.
All right, good to see 3 horses from the Preakness, Owendale, Laughing Fox, and Everfast in the Travers up there at the spot today. You can watch it all right here at the Big T. We're out of time. Nice special edition of the National Anthem coming up at 12:45.
Right. We have a bugler today, Harry Villanueva. He'll be doing our National Anthem in a few minutes, so get ready for that. Then your program changes, and he'll be here to call the post all afternoon long.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.